Every clarinet is unique. Even clarinets of the same make and model will be slightly different. The clarinet should be able to recognize the notes on most modern clarinets, but the note recognition can always be improved through the note training process. The training set is an important component of the note recognition technology used by the clarinet. When you place your fingers on the clarinet compares the audio feedback created by different fingerings to a training set to determine the note that you are playing. The factory training set is based on a Buffet-Crampon student model clarinet, and it should be able to recognize the notes on most modern clarinets. You can load the factory training set by following these steps. With the clarinet connected to the app via Bluetooth or USB, go to the Note Training tab. Click on the Load/Save button in the top right corner of the screen. Select the training set labeled Factory from the list of training sets. It might be labeled slightly differently. It might say something like Factory and then the firmware number, or maybe Factory and a date, but it will always have the word Factory in it. Once you have this selected, click the Load button on the right side of the screen. Once you click OK, you'll see a progress bar down here, and when it's finished, you're ready to start playing again. If you're experiencing latency or note recognition problems, you can modify the training set or create your own. When I use the factory training set with this particular clarinet, for example, it has trouble recognizing the open G. Here's what that looks like in the app. This tells me that I need to retrain this note so that my clarinet can better recognize that fingering on this particular clarinet. Here's how to do that. With the clarinet connected to the app via USB or Bluetooth, go to the Note Training tab, click or tap on Start Training in the top left side of the app. These helpful instructions will appear. Next, you're going to use this wheel or the plus and minus buttons on the left and right to select the note that you want to train. In this case, it's G. Once you have the note that you want to train selected, then finger that note. Take a moment to double check and make sure that your fingering is correct. And then once you're completely sure about it, blow once quickly into the clarinet to train the note. So, as you just saw, after you blow into the clarinet, the red light comes on and you hear the note play. After the light turns off and the note stops playing, the next note will appear on the staff. That's when you know that the note that you just played has been trained and you're ready to train the next note or finish your training. It's really important that you don't move your fingers until the light is off, the note has stopped playing, and the next note has appeared on the staff. If you accidentally moved while the light was on, then you need to go back and retrain that note. Now that we've trained this note, we can click Finish Training in the top left over here. You'll be asked if you want to save the recently trained set to the app. It's important to note that either option you choose will save the training set that we just did to the clarinet itself. So even if you accidentally click cancel, you'll still have this training set saved to your clarinet. In any case, I recommend saving the training set to the app as well, as this will allow you to reload it later, which is handy if you want to test different training sets or if you want to restore this training set after a factory reset. Saving the training set also saves all of the clarinet's customizable values, such as volume, transposition, breath sensitivity, all that stuff. So I'll go ahead and click OK, and then I'll give this training set a descriptive name. Maybe I'll call it Steph's clarinet. I'll hit save. You'll see this little progress bar for backup. And once that's done, we can return to the home screen and that note should be much more reliable. If you have several notes that are behaving strangely, or if you're experiencing a lot of delay when moving from one note to the next, then I'd highly recommend doing a training set from scratch, which basically means training every single note on the clarinet. This might sound tedious, but it's actually pretty fast, and you'll never have to take your hands off of the clarinet. Check this out. Now that I've trained the whole range of my instrument, the clarinet is perfectly calibrated to recognize every note that I play. There are two really important things to keep in mind about note training. Number one, you know how your clarinet can go flat when it's cold and sharp when it's warm? Temperature changes like these can affect the note detection on the clarinet, so just be aware that you'll have the best results if your clarinet is at room temperature when you use it with the clarinet. Number two, the clarinet is designed to be used in relatively quiet spaces. Using it with an amplifier or using it in a loud environment will negatively affect the clarinet's note detection, so be sure that when you use the clarinet, it's in a quiet environment with a set of wired headphones or earbuds. If you do find yourself needing to play the clarinet in a loud environment, you can increase the volume of the stimulus. This can help the situation, but the same limitations remain. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more clarinet related content, and I'll see you next time.